Hey guys, this is Patty B within the Hauler. I got another firearm I'd like to share with y'all. This is my M1 Garand, or as it was officially known, as the U.S. Rifle Caliber 30 M1, chambered in 30-06. This was the main battle rifle of the U.S. military in World War II and on through Korea. It is a gas-operated with a rotating bolt, clip-fed, semi-auto rifle. It's got what they call the M-block clip, which it holds 30-06 cartridges, and you insert the entire clip into the firearm, and then after the last round is fired, the whole clip ejects, and then you can shove another clip in. It's got a 24-inch barrel. It's 43.5 inches overall, and this example weighs right at 9.5 pounds unloaded. It was designed by John Garand. I started designing it, I think, in the 20s, and it was adopted by the U.S. military in 1936 and served through 1958 when it was replaced by the M14. This model here is an H&R. These were manufactured by Springfield Armory, Winchester, H&R, and International Harvester. The Springfield Armory guns, the majority of those are World War II guns, but they did make some after the war. Winchester, most of those, or I think all of those, are World War II guns. H&R were all made post-Korea, as well as International Harvester. They were made after Korea. I got this from the CMP in Anniston, Alabama. I'm not sure, probably 10 years ago or more. Drove down there and got to pick it out amongst, back then the CMP had a lot of guns. I don't know, there were several hundred at least that you got to pick from, and I chose this one. So like most of them, like all CMP guns probably, but like most Garands, you're never going to find anything that has all matching parts. This particular one, it does have an HRA receiver and an HRA barrel. The bolt, Springfield Armory, op rod, Springfield Armory, trigger assembly, Springfield Armory. I don't even really remember what the rest are. You know, it's a mix master, but it's cool, but you know, it's a shooter. So, you know, you're not going to find all correct serial numbered Garands. You know, people sometimes try to buy all the parts to make all the manufacturers the same, but you know, there's no such thing as like a numbers matching Garand, or unless it's in a museum or something somewhere. But we'll go over some of the features of this rifle. Starting at the rear, you know, you've got a steel butt plate with a trap door. You can keep it clean and rod. Got your rear sling attachment. Up here in the front, you got there's your safety on, safety off. You've got your rear sight here, adjustable for both windage and elevation. You got this little button here that if you take your bolt to the rear, you push that button, you will eject the entire M block with the remaining ammunition. Just comes shooting straight out. You've got your charging handle, which is attached to your operating rod. You've got your front sling attachment. You've got two different hand guards, stack and swivel, bayonet lug, and front sight. And this is your gas cylinder. When the gas comes in, pushes on your op rod. It's like a long stroke gas piston. You got two lugs on your bolt. So when the gas hits it, unlocks it, takes it to the rear, and then takes her forward again. So, you know, the Garand, man, it's just so much fun to shoot. You know, growing up was watching World War II movies. This is what predominantly what the Americans carried, and you know, you put on some Saving Private Ryan or Band of Brothers, and you can't help but just want to go outside and send off some 30-06. Just because it's so much fun. Since it weighs 9.5 pounds, you know, the 30-06 doesn't really beat you up. It's fairly soft shooting for what it is. The sights on this, these peep sights are just so excellent. I don't even see too good anymore, but with these sights, I can usually do pretty good at reasonable distances. Just an iconic rifle. It's fun to shoot. So, well, speaking of shooting, let's take this thing outside and see what she does. All right, let's try the Garand at 100 yards. The sights on the Garand, man, they just make it easy. About as good as sights as you could get, especially back in World War II. Having peep sights is such an advantage, and the Garand's just easy to shoot. All right, so let's try 200 yards with the M1 Garand. So yeah, man, just so much fun to shoot, you know. And those peep sights make it easy. You know, I'm half blind and I can ring still at 200 yards like it's nothing. So, all right, guys, we're back in from shooting the M1 Garand, and man, it's just so much fun. I put close to 100 rounds through her today, just because I love shooting it, and you know, 30-06 makes a nice, good sound on those steel plates when you hit them. If I could only choose one surplus firearm, you know, if I could only have one, which would be hard to pick because, you know, I've got a lot and I love them all, but if I could only have one, I think it'd be the M1 Garand. Easy to shoot, so iconic, just, oh man, just love it. So, well, there you go, guys. HRA M1 Garand. Y'all have a nice day.